Blacksmith, upgrade my weapon!
I'll make your weapon stronger than you can imagine.
Yeah?
More powerful than ever before.
Yeah?
Infused with the very spirits of your enemies.
Yes?
And I'll make it look like a jackrass.
Wait, a jackrass?
Yes, a jackrass.
A jackrass.
Jackrass.
Nope. Augmenting in Iceborne then. Firstly, I hope that you have so many hours to pour into farming, because you're going to need to do a lot of it to get the most out of Master Rank's augmenting system. Oh yes, you're going to be very used to the guiding lands when your weapon is maxed.
Oh, yes.
So let's get down to the nitty gritty. At a base level, it is just, well, base world augmenting, kind of represented a little differently. You need a weapon that is the end of a tree and at least rarity 10, and you're good to start making it betterer. But instead of just 3 slots, 2 slots, 1 slots as rarity ascends, it still does give you less slots as you use a rarer weapon, but the slots themselves are now little hexagonal sockets for you to fill with color. So, for example, on this, a rare 10 weapon, I have 5 slots to work with, so I can look at my list and be like, okay, a bit of attack takes up 3, that leaves me with 2, let's put on some affinity as well, go for max offensive potential. Or, on your rare 10s, what is more than likely is to stick to what will continue to be your normal meta outside of speedrunning, which is grab a bit of affinity and then fill the rest out with health regen and have all of the survivability.
But wait! There's more!
Now, you can add extra slots, and this doesn't cost you anything except materials. You don't have to choose this or something else, you can just increase the slots eventually, and then you have more room to play with. And there really is a lot of room to play with here, especially on the rarity 10s, with 7 notches. You can do a lot. Grab yourself affinity and some health and then go for your status up twice over, though like previously, if you do apply the same one, it will be significantly less effective as you keep going, so you do want a variety to not get diminishing returns. To compare this real quickly to a rare 11 weapon then, this one has 4 slots to begin with and you only can increase it by 1, which means on this guy, it's just gonna be affinity and health regen because, well, that's what you want. So that's kinda it. So, all well and good, but you need the stuff to actually use to make this happen. So what's up with that? Well, 90% of the materials going into augmenting is coming from the guiding lands. There are a few that will still need your stones from your tempered investigations, but by far and away, Endgame in Iceborne has moved away from just spamming tempered investigations and moving all the way into the guiding lands and just hunting forever. Essentially, it's all about the guiding lands. What? So in the guiding lands, as a quick TLDR, monsters will drop parts that they won't drop anywhere else. And to augment, you need these parts. The rarer the weapon and the more potent the augment, the more endgamer monster you need. And to get that monster to appear, that is a lot of farming, a lot of research, and a lot of time. So a big effort, a big process is going to go into a fully optimized weapon in Iceborne. It's going to be a real project and real satisfying when it's done. It takes... And that would be it. Use your slots wisely, go to the guiding lands, get the materials eventually to actually upgrade, and there we go, swing your sword. But you'll notice that there is this lovely little custom upgrades button. And this is where things get very, very cool. Because this is a brand new system that lets you mod the weapon based on a monster. So you see here, I have Great Jagras, Pookie, Baroth, and Great Gyros, and they are tiny little incremental increasements. Increasements! You know what I meant. So, for example, this Great Gyros mod gives you, and are you ready for this? 1% affinity! But it's still better than nothing, and as monster hunters, we want every single drop of power squeezed out of what we do. But what's actually going on here? Well, as you can see, it does change the appearance of your weapon if you get one of these, and these are only the level 1 upgrades. Once you actually acquire one, you'll get the slew of level 2 upgrades that need harder and harder monsters. So, to actually go through a tangible example, let's Pookie mod. This one slightly increases the element/status on a weapon. So, let's say I needed some more decayed crystals to make this happen. Hop over to the Guiding Lands and search. And search. And search. And search. And search. Oh, we got them! But maybe we need some more fragrant poison sacks from the Pookie itself. Well, isn't that convenient? A Pookie is right there. Smash it in the face real good, break its parts, cause the spray of drops, because you don't actually need to kill them to get what you need. Collect them all up, and then you're looking good. Don't forget, of course, to thank the monster for its contribution. You have made a great contribution this day. How can I ever repay you? So, we've had our little field trip, all is well. Let's apply the Pookie mod. And here we go. Boom. So now we have a Pookied up weapon with a little tiny bit more poison, which for this is completely useless because it's hidden in a greatsword, but you know, these are the things that I do for you guys. Now look, we get upgrade level 2, Beatodus, Banbaro, Nightshade, and Coral Pookie. And this is just a fantastic little system here. So at every time you can choose to keep adding. So I could have got affinity and then another affinity for a whole 2% affinity. And isn't that just a lot of fun? You take your weapon, you farm the right monster, you follow a path down, you change its visuals for tiny little boosts that just make you feel like you're doing all you can. And if you really want, you can remove it and that's all good. You get your materials back and you can choose a different path. That then is about it. It's not terribly complicated, it's not, but there is so much here, so much for you to do, so much time to farm, and really, you're going to make yourself the perfect weapon. It's also great if you're like me, and your best weapon happens to be this bloody sword that's just a little bit of scale stuck on it, so at least I can give it a custom look for a monster I actually like. I mean, it's not bad acidic levinus, but come on! I've gone from rocket-powered greatsword to this? Sadness. Alright guys, that's all you need to know. Hopefully that all made sense. Hopefully you're eager to get started once you get to your endgame weapons. I will see you all soon. Like you've enjoyed this, subscribe for more. A goodbye.
Rage Gaming with the video float.
But that's all that's really relevant at the mo, but I'm still gonna leave this up so you patrons know that I love you even though the outro's no longer that kinda relevant. But the new one's being worked on and it's gonna be a truly badass song, and don't worry, I won't be doing any rapping on it. I'm gonna go now. This was shit.